to introduce him today is he gives us a speech entitled My New Job. Again, My New Job, Felipe Marson.
Good morning, Daybreakers.
Good morning.
51% of the workforce in Houston works for the energy industry. And the energy industry is so vast, there are so many areas in the energy industry, and that we may hear about those because we just live in Houston. Perhaps we work for an energy company or an energy-related service company. So I'm going to be talking about a job that I got a month and a half ago. I will share what part of the value chain I belong to and what are the type of roles that I do, and try just to inform you a little bit about the energy industry. Oops.
You're going to have to use the keys. If we were out, I'll say what.
So this is just a very big picture of one area of the natural gas value chain. How do we move natural gas to the end user? So we have the producer, which are the oil companies, Exxon, Chevron, and so many others. Then we have other companies that do the storage of natural gas, and the pipelines, the marketers, utilities, and end user. I work for a marketer, which is a company that can belong to a pipeline or to a storage company or to a producer or to all of those. The company that I work for basically is a fully integrated, so works with all of those or owns parts of that part of the industry. And a marketer is a company that basically sells natural gas. So we sell natural gas to multiple types of end users, such as commercial people, industrial, and so forth. So what do? I do forecasting. I do forecasting of the consumption of natural gas. And I do it to just give a foreview of what customers may use in the future. But there are different types of consumption, as you can see. Consumption of the forecast of our end users, or forecast of delivery. That means that utilities that bill you for your energy consumption also buy gas from us. And sometimes they'll tell you, well, this is how much we need based on the number of customers that you have. But what they don't anticipate is some of those customers may drop, or we may increase the number of customers. Or if you deliver more gas than what they need, you may have an imbalance at the end of the year. And because of that imbalance, you may be charged penalty. So you also need to forecast for what that imbalance may be, so you can hedge your financial risk. So maybe you can don't lose money, but perhaps make a profit out of it. But what I'm going to be focused is on consumption of gas. So consumption of natural gas. As we all know, when it gets cold, you just turn on your heater. So the consumption is, for the most part, relies on the weather. And the weather is so unpredictable. As you can see in this chart, for the last 30 years, this is what is supposed to be the normal weather, predictability weather that we may expect, but you can see it varies so much on a year to year. This will be different, but you can get the average of what the weather is going to be. And at the same time, different customers have different patterns. This is a chart of you guys during the summertime. Usually, you wake up, and then once you wake up around here, you go to work, and you may leave your lights on or something like that, but you don't have much consumption. Then you get home, and you turn on the TV, but your consumption of electricity doesn't vary that much. That's for the most part in the Northeast. But during winter time, you get home, and then one thing that you do, you usually turn on the heater. So consumption also varies on the day of the time. The type of consumer. If you're in office, it's going to be a flat line for the most part of the working hours. After that, the consumption may decrease. So you take all those variables to see what type of customers you are trying to forecast for. And how do you forecast? Well, based on the historical usage and the weather, you start plotting dots in the question. Say, well, if there's 15 degrees below 65 Fahrenheit, that means that you're going to have to cool your place for 15 degrees. So if you're heating your place for 15 degrees, you may use, this amount of natural gas. So you start, putting that on historical usage on consumers, and then you come up with a line. So basically that's statistically called a regression analysis. You do that, you see what is the slope of your regression, and say, well, in the winter time or a month or a day, that may be your consumption. And that's what you do. So you can use forecasting in many industries. You can use in the energy industry, you can use in marketing for sales and so forth. And you can use also in your personal life. So you can use in your personal life, thinking about what are going to be perhaps the reaction of people or your financial returns of your portfolio of investments, so forth. But the best way to predict something is by knowing the past and the present and knowing what we are doing. So I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.